On News Express, Senate commences screening of 7 new ministers. Petroleum marketers query Dangote's 500 million fuel stock claim. Out of the first scene, dozens killed as Spanish region hit by a year's worth of rain in 8 hours. On the sports, Nigeria sets for World Sambo Championship debut. Hello and welcome to all of you in Nigeria and around the world to News Express here on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Edikan Michael. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nicomsat. We begin by telling you that President Bola Tinubu will submit the medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper to the National Assembly next week. The framework and legal requirement establishes the groundwork for the national budget and guiding economic projections and policy direction. The Senate spokesperson Yemi Adaramodu says once work on the framework is completed, the president will follow with the budget presentation. In the meantime, the Senate has commenced the screening of the 7 newly nominated ministers. The Senate, following the motion moved by its leader, Obayemi Bamidele, suspended its rule to admit the special advisor to the president on Senate matters, Bashir Ladu, to bring the nominees into the plenary. This development follows President Tinubu's recent reshuffle of his cabinet, including the dismissal of 5 ministers: the Minister of Women Affairs, Uji, Minister of Tourism, Lola Adejon, John, Minister of Education, Professor Tari Mohamed, and the Minister of State for Housing and Urban Development, Abdullahi Mohamed Wazir, and the Minister of Youth Development, Dr. Jamila Bayo Ibrahim. And our Governor of Ondo State, Lucky Adeyetiwa, says the 2025 budget of his administration will be meticulously structured to capture the development needs of every part of the state. The governor said this during a campaign tour of APC Congress in Akoko North West local government area of the state. Our correspondent in Akure, Kikolo Kere, has the details.
Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa's tour to Akoko Northwest local government received a warm welcome from the indigenes of the community. Speaking at Ogbagi Akoko, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa says the 2025 budget will be well structured to ensure that no part of Ondo State is left behind. He says the 2025 budget will inculcate infrastructure and other essential services to meet the yearning of the people.
And even though we have done budget review or supplementary budget, but yes, to be able to accommodate certain areas, things that we did not envisage before we were preparing the 2024 budget. Don't forget, 2024 budget was prepared in 2023. So by expanding further, we're going to accommodate infrastructure based on the demands of the people, security, vote more money, and we look at our allocations now and what is coming in, and other things we are going to do. Look at the revenue and then look at projects and programs.
The governor assured traditional institutions in the state of more robust continuous support if elected. He, however, warns that any selection of traditional rulers that is not ratified by the state government will have a day in the court of law.
So this is just getting to us as a government, and like I promised them that we will look into it. And we have an example of 2 different two different individuals that made such attempt at the time, and they were arrested and charged to court. So these ones we put, we investigate further and see, and if that still persists, we may have to do same.
Speaking on behalf of the 27 traditional rulers in the area, the Owa of Ogbagi, Oba Olashendi Ujo Adetono, assures the governor of their unwavering support ahead of the election. Aiyedatiwa expressed gratitude to the monarch of the area for their support during the APC primaries and their renewed endorsement ahead of the November 16 gubernatorial election. From Akure, Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
And out of judicial matters, the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja barred the federal government from releasing further monthly allocations to Rivers State. The court, in the judgment that was delivered by Justice Joyce Abdul Malik, specifically restrained the Central Bank of Nigeria from allowing the state to draw funds from the Consolidated Revenue account. The judgment followed a suit which was brought before the court by Honorable Martins Amawale, led faction of the Rivers State House of Assembly. The National Chairman of All Progressive Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje, has inaugurated the National Campaign Council of the party for the governorship election in Ondo State. The inauguration ceremony held in Akure, the state capital, with Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu as chairman and the former Deputy Senate President Rovi Omo Gege as secretary. Our correspondent Kikelumayo Kare has a report.
The ceremony was attended by Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, and his Ekiti State counterpart, Biodu Oyebanji, both of who are chairmen of the subcommittee of the campaign council. Speaking at the event, the national chairman of Progressive Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje, says the national leadership of the APC will leave no stone unturned in its efforts to achieve an overwhelming victory in November 16 governorship election in Ondo State. The chairman further charged members of the committee to put all effort into the campaign to make the party's victory a smooth one.
This geopolitical zone is a task that must be done. Yes, sir. Through democratic means. We urge you to mobilize members of our party, mobilize members of public to ensure that we win this election. We are here to encourage you. We are here to motivate you.
Accepting the role as the chairman of the campaign council, Governor Sanwo-Olu Babajide expressed confidence that the people of Ondo State will vote massively for Governor Lucky Orimisan Ayedatiwa on November 16, 2024.
We want to assure our party, we want to assure all of you here that we do everything within our means, constitutionally, professionally, within the norms of any election, to ensure that a free, fair, highly competitive election and campaign about issues is what we will be doing.
In his address, Governor Lucky Orimisan Ayedatiwa thanked President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, acknowledged his leadership and vision, unifying the party and fostering a renewed sense of hope among its members. He says the inauguration of the campaign council is a display of the strength of working together. Highlighting the administration's achievements over the past 10 months, the governor says his administration has constructed over 70 kilometers of rural roads aimed at enhancing access to agricultural area, job creation, including recruitment of workers in critical sectors, as well as enhanced healthcare delivery.
It's a display of the strength of our will when we work together. It is the evidence of our capability, which by God's grace will produce victory on the 16th of November 2024.
However, Governor Ayedatiwa honored the late Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, the former governor of Ondo State, with a moment of silence to pay respect to the deceased. The high point of the event was the inauguration of the National Campaign Council of All Progressive Congress for the governorship election in Ondo State, and the handing over of the working instrument to the chairman of the council. From Akure, Kikelumayo Okere, Global Television News.
And now, in a bid to align the priority of its citizens with its proposed appropriation bill, the Zamfara state government has organized a town hall meeting to collect the input from stakeholders that will help design the 2025 budget estimate based on the needs of their citizens. Sharon J has the details.
The state deputy governor, Mani Momuni, says the idea of the citizens' budget is aimed at improving accountability, transparency, and openness in governance and to address the identified needs of the citizens. The deputy governor therefore called on traditional rulers to conduct similar town hall meetings at their domain to announce the needs of the people and forward the resolution to the Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning.
You may recall that during the preparation of the 2024 budget, government collected such input for you, especially your royal highnesses and civil society organizations. Looking into the budget, most of the projects you nominated were well captured. Similarly, this administration has implemented a number of such projects, and many others are undergoing procurement process at the moment, as highlighted earlier by the Honorable Commissioner of Budget and Planning in his opening remarks.
Commissioner for Budget, Zamfara State, Abdul Malik Gajam, says the town hall meeting is aimed on planning and preparation for the 2025 appropriation bill to enable stakeholders make their input so that it could design citizen-centered budgets which will capture the needs of the people.
Number one, His Excellency in that bill reduced government spending. Before the era of Dr. Dawda Lawal, the recurrent expenditure of the state was relatively close to higher than the capital expenditure. And in every economic or financial books, when liability are higher than investment in capital expenditure, then we are going towards a road that will crash the vehicle. What he did, he reduced government agencies from 28 ministries to 16 ministries. From agencies and directorate almost 100, reduced them to less than 50.
The representative of the United Nations Children Education Fund, UNICEF, Cotonou Field Office, Issa Maru, says there is a need to increase budgetary allocation for health, recruit qualified health personnel and teachers to provide quality services in the sector.
Very grateful to the government of Zamfara State, particularly the priority put in place to the social sector, where health, education are given priority. However, we would like to appeal to the government to consider increase of the allocation to the health sector and education. The current budget allocation percentage to the health sector is very, very low. Only 77% of the total budget was allocated to the health sector. And this is below the Abuja Declaration 2001, where all the states committed to allocate 15% of the total state budget to the health sector.
The chairman, Zamfara State Council of Chiefs, who is also the Emir of Anka, Atairu Ahmed, suggested the introduction of fault tax to checkmate the activities of bandits. He says the idea will help the government identify criminals and responsible people in town and communities. Sharon Ajay, reporting for Global TV News.
Now, in a landmark effort to raise health awareness, the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare held the Modern Health Promotion Day in the nation's capital, Abuja. The celebration is meant to draw attention to the power of health promotion as a tool for sustainable health outcomes in Nigeria. Here's Queen Giba's report.
Health Promotion Day included interactive sessions, health screenings, and educational talks on topics around nutrition, physical activity, and managing non-communicable diseases. Representatives from healthcare organizations, NGOs, and community health workers joined the event, rallying around the message of proactive health awareness. Professor Ali Pate, in his keynote address, emphasized that health promotion goes beyond treatment. He also launched the Know Your Numbers campaign, urging Nigerians to regularly check their blood pressure and other vital health markers. He says the initiative is aimed at early detection and prevention, highlighting that many common diseases affecting Nigerians are in fact preventable.
today, as we celebrate the first National Health Promotion Day, we are putting a stake on the ground that this movement to make Nigeria healthier, to produce health for all Nigerians, is a reality. And that we are committing ourselves to move forward, to take those steps to improve the stock of health, to prevent diseases that can be prevented.
The Ministry of Health hopes that the establishment of Health Promotion Day will help foster a culture of preventive healthcare nationwide, lessening the burden on Nigeria's healthcare system and enhancing well-being across communities. For Global Television, Queen Agaba reporting.
The federal government has launched an initiative to boost Nigeria's engineering and construction sectors by commissioning a state-of-the-art asphalt testing and material categorization laboratory at the Nigerian Building and the Road Research Institute. The ceremony also included the handover of advanced construction testing equipment to 6 federal universities across Nigeria. During the commissioning event held in Abuja, the Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Chief Uche Naji, emphasized the importance of these investments in enhancing the educational infrastructure and research capabilities. Meanwhile, the Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Ali Pate, has advocated a collective approach to health promotion in Nigeria. The Minister made these known at a press briefing in commemoration of the Health Promotion Day held in Abuja. Again, Queen has the rest of the details.
Emphasizing the essence of Health Promotion Day, Professor Pate says the day is to promote health and well-being and serves as a reminder for Nigerians to check blood pressure, vitals, and adopt health-conscious behaviors. He urged Nigerians to take steps in maintaining their health, adding that the ministry is determined to save lives, reduce physical and financial pains, as well as promote health for all. The minister described health promotion as the core of the ministry's mission, emphasizing that it is about fostering well-being rather than simply treating illnesses.
Nigeria's people are its assets, and that in the future of this country there's a possibility of prosperity. And that prosperity comes if you have a healthy, well-developed population. And that's why health and well-being of Nigerians has been one of the key pillars of the President's Green Home agenda. And when we set our goals last year, and when the President unveiled his agenda, we said our goal is to save lives, to reduce physical and financial pain, to produce health for all Nigerians.
The minister identified fostering a culture of health consciousness and prevention as essential factors for building a robust, resilient, and healthy Nigeria. For Global Television, Queen Agaba reporting.
Hello, the police command in Imo has successfully foiled an attack on the suspected members of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and its armed wing, the Eastern Security Network. The police public relations officer in the state, SP Henry Okoye, discloses in a statement in Owerri that the latest attack was foiled when hoodlums launched an assault on the command's counter-terrorism unit during a routine patrol on the Owerri-Aba Road near Owerri Airport. Okoye says the achievement was another significant operational success in the fight against violent crime carried out by members of the proscribed secessionist group in the state. He traced the command's dedication to ensuring the safety of lives and properties of all citizens, promising that it will take necessary measures to address any threats to public peace in the state. The House of Representatives Public Accounts Committee opened an investigation into alleged abandoned Agidawaya Duse Rokan Road project in Kaduna State worth 1.46 billion naira. The committee registered its displeasure during an investigative hearing in Abuja while quizzing the Permanent Secretary in the Federal Ministry of Works, Yakubu Adam, on the project. The hearing was on the inspection of critical national assets, especially roads that were constructed in the last 5 years. The chairman of the committee, Rep. Bamidele Salam, PDP Ocean, said that the money for the project was a loan by the federal government. Also, the federal government is advancing its commitment to ensure a self-sustaining healthcare system by collaborating with pharmaceutical giants GSK to bolster local drug production in Nigeria. The Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Pate, shared on his official X account in Abuja. He said that the collaboration was part of President Bola Tinubu's presidential initiative toward unlocking the healthcare value chain. According to Pate, the initiative is to transform Nigeria into a hub for high-quality health product manufacturing and reduce dependency on the importation of medical supplies. You're watching the News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital. We are on DSTV, channel 365. When News Express returns, Dangote fault fuel imports as Tinubu summons Edun, Dangote, Gary. Editors of these and more for business and foreign affairs story come after this break. Please stay with us. You're watching us live from the nation's capital. Many thanks for staying with us on News Express. And now to business. The national president of Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Boubacar Magani, has queried the claim by the president of the Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, that the 650,000 barrels per day refinery currently has 500 million liters of premium motor spirit, also known as petrol, in stock for onward supply for Nigerians. Magani said this because its members drafted in by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to pick up product on its behalf could not load petrol from the refinery in Lagos for 4 days. He also stated that the oil marketers have not been able to pick product from the refinery despite having paid 40 billion naira to the NNPCL. Around barely 3 weeks after raising the price of premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol, Nigerians were outraged when the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited adjusted the pump prices of the commodity. The national oil firm raised the retail price of petrol in Abuja to 1,060 naira from 1,030 naira per litre, and also in Lagos it was confirmed that NNPCL stations increased the unit price of the commodity from 998 naira to 1,025 naira per litre. This came as the Dangote Petroleum Refinery faulted the continued importation of petrol by all marketers and NNPCL, despite the fact that the commodity was produced in the country by the $20 billion Lekki-based plant. This adjustment also marks the third price change between September and October 2024 and is part of the government's deregulation policy, which allows prices to fluctuate based on supply and demand dynamics. Meanwhile, the chairman of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, urged petroleum marketers, including the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, to source petrol directly from its refinery to meet local demand. This came as data obtained from the Nigerian Port Authority showed that NPA is expecting a vessel with 20,115 liters of premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol, on October 30, 2024, at the Tinkan Island port in Lagos. Dangote confirmed the refinery's readiness to supply fuel after closed-door talks with President Bola Tinubu at Aso Rock Villa, Abuja. It was part of delegation of the Implementation Committee in Crude Oil and Refined Product Sales in local currency led by its chairman, the Minister of Finance, Mr. Wale Edun, and NNPCL GMD, Mr. Melekari, was also at the meeting. The federal government has shared of its commitment to speed up the pace to work to restore electricity to all affected states in the northern region of the country. This was as the Minister of Power, Debayo Adelebu, announced that electricity will be fully restored to the region within the next 14 days. While responding to questions from senators in the National Assembly, he also said the partial restoration will be completed within the next 3 days. And now to foreign scene, a Chinese spacecraft with a 3-person crew, including the country's first female space engineer, has docked after a journey of more than 6 hours. The crew will use the Umgurn space station as a base for 6 months to conduct experiments and carry out spacewalks. The Beijing gathers experience and intelligence for its eventual mission to put someone onto the moon by 2030. Now, at least 51 people are known to have died after torrential rain caused devastating flash floods in southeastern Spain. In the town of Chiva, Valencia, more than a year's worth of rain for just 8 hours, and local officials said it's impossible to put a final figure on the number of people who have perished. Much of the country has been badly hit by heavy rain and hailstorms, triggering rapid flooding across multiple areas. And now more than 1,000 troops are being deployed to help with the rescue operations as scores of people remain unaccounted for. And in sports, Nigeria will make history as the country debuts at the 2024 World Sambo Championship in Atlanta from the November 6 to 10 following their impressive outing at the African Beach Sambo Championship in Morocco. The Nigerian contingent led by the blind Sambi's Sambo Okereke will join athletes from 79 other countries at the Wrestling Palace named after the Gauchos of Palace. Sambo Association of Nigeria Vice President and General Secretary Sherif Ahmed described Nigeria's participation as groundbreaking, particularly with Kekere being sole representative in the blind event. And to wrap up the News Express, let's take a look at some of the top stories. The Senate has commenced screening of 7 new ministers. Petroleum marketers have queried Dangote's 500 million fuel stocks claim. And dozens have been killed in southeast of Spain following the year's worth of rain in 8 hours. Finally, Nigeria is set for World Sambo Championship debut. Many thanks for staying with us on News Express. We are live on DSTV channel 365 and start time channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and all the handles now showing on the screen. I am Edikan Michael. Many thanks for watching. See you again.